What's up, guys? It's your boy Max Gamer here back with another video, and today we will be doing What If Naruto Was a Prodigy and Neglected by His Family Part 4. Let's get it. A week later, Naruto is seen laying in his bed as the bright morning sun shines through the cracks of the blinds, covering the window. Lay there peacefully enjoying the silence, he is suddenly startled awake by the screeching alarm that has come on.
Wake up, kid. You're going to be late for your first day at the academy.
5 more minutes.
5 more minutes, my ass. Get up now, or I'll increase your training to the point you'll be throwing up air.
Kurama warned. You know you make that sound bad, but if I train to the point where I'm throwing up air, then I gotta say, that sounds like I would be getting much stronger than I already am. Another joke with the which the fox would dropped the curse himself for mentioning training to a boy who's crazy about training to the point if sleep wasn't an exercise, Naruto would be in a coma.
Never mind, kid. How about this? Don't get up, and I won't teach you a cool. A cool technique for your staff.
Kurama said, hearing the fox was willing to withhold training, Naruto sprang out of bed, rushing to the bathroom, taking a quick shower and brushing his teeth. After he rushed into his closet and got dressed in his ninja gear, he bought during the first week of his day, his day of class. Stepping out of the closet, Naruto wore a gray jacket with a black making upon the bottom up the bottom of it, half of it, and on the back of his jacket was the Namikaze crest. Under it, he wore a crimson shirt to match his hair, which was now past his shoulders, tied together in a ponytail traveling down to just hit under his shoulder blades, with bangs framing from his face, and the two gray strands hanging over his eyebrows. He wore black sweats with bindings over his ankles and right thigh. He wore tan shinobi sandals. He looked over and started to reach for his bow and stab, but decided against bringing them, as it would just be uncomfortable to sit with all day. Upon leaving the closet, he started to leave his room when he remembered he needed his kunai pouch and grabbed the items off his desk, where his notes upon notes were spread across the desk that made paperwork of the Hokage desk seem like coloring sheets. Man, I really should seal these notes away in the scroll, don't I, Karama? He asked.
You're telling me, kid? I can't believe you wrote so many notes. Naruto, you have all the time in the world to do anything. You chose to write down everything you have ever thought of on scraps of paper. I mean, sure, some of the stuff you wrote is helpful.
Naruto ignored his tenant walking down the stairs past his family, who was in the kitchen laughing and eating breakfast. They didn't notice him walking in and grabbed the apple before sitting down and started to peel it. Boy, Naruto Baka, what's with that outfit you just asked? Naruto he probably wants to play a ninja or something. Asami asked. Naruto smiled at Simmons. Actually, in case you forgot, today is the first day of the Ninja Academy. I just got ready for our first day, he said, which made all three Simmons pale. Oh shit, I forgot. Yuji said, jumping up and running to the stairs to get dressed. So he didn't make it far from the table when he was nailed in the head by a rolling pin thrown by Kushina. Watch your mouth, Yuji-kun, he yelled. Sorry, Kazan, he yelled back as he picked himself up and ran upstairs, followed by Asami and Namiko. Naruto sat in his chair, sadly peeling his apple as he listened to his parents converse between each other. Hey, Naruto, Minato asked. Naruto looked away from his apple, but he was peeling and looked at his father and mother, who looked at him. Do you want to be a shinobi? Naruto asked, and Naruto nodded his head. Yes, Tosan. I'm striving to be a great shinobi, and the academy is one of the steps I must take to achieve my goal. He answered with a shocked expression from his parents, adoring hearing the formality and the touch in his voice. Well, then I wish you luck in your endeavors, but I'm afraid me and Kushina will still not be able to train you until after the beginning exams in 4 years, as we still have to watch over your ceiling. He said, which Naruto didn't even react, as he figured they would say as much. He knew both his parents thought he was still a kid and weak, they always thought he would end up not as a civilian with a future in a nice family, rather than follow his family and becoming a shogun. I'm understand, Tosun. I forgot some things upstairs. I'll be ready to walk with you guys to the academy, he said with a fake smile, and got up from the chair and walked upstairs to the room. That wasn't better than I expected, Cornelia said. Maybe he will fail the getting exam. Then we have at least have one child we won't have to worry about getting killed. The world we live in is terrible. If Asami and Yuji and Namiko are the shadow prophets, and we must focus our attention on them. I'm sure Naruto will understand when he gets older, Minato said with an assuring smile. Yeah, I'm also sure he will understand, Kushina said, returning the smile. Now then, kids, let's go. You guys are going to be like Kushina shouted, and heard four figures running around upstairs before seeing some of you trying to run downstairs competitively. Namiko and Naruto walked down the stairs like normal people watching their siblings' antics. At the academy, Naruto stood beside Shikamaru and Choji as they waited for the sensei to show and announce what classes the students would be assigned to. When Shikamaru was talking to Choji about the difference between a potato chip and a baked potato, which Naruto's opinion was better choice and snack, as a baked potato can be customized to your taste rather than the potato chips because the flavor is more made to be a single taste by the company that produces them. Though he didn't care for the conversation, he was more interested in the fact that all the Klan heirs were standing outside of the academy. It was rare to see more than three of the Klan heirs out in public, so with all the most prominent kids of the Klan heading into the academy together is something special. Naruto didn't have to wonder long about why so many clan heirs were entering the academy as 14 ranked teachers stepped out onto the makeshift stage setting up for the welcoming ceremony. A man with his hair tied up in a ponytail similar to a pineapple, like Shikamaru stepped up to the mic. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Yumino Iruka, and head sensei of Konohakure, Konohakure, Konohakure Konohagure Academy, and it's my honor to be the first to greet and gather my students. Would Naruto stop listening to the man as he started to call upon some civilian students named that made their way to the school. Soon, however, he started to pay attention when the clan is would Uchiha Sasuke, Uchiha Sara, please head to room 2A along with Hyuga Hinata, Aramashino, Inuzuka, Yamanaka Ino, Akamichi Choji, Naruto Shikamaru, Namikaze Asami, Namiko Yu, and Namiko Yuji, and Naruto all head to class room 2A. He said Naruto was about to put together such a class of heirs, but put those thoughts aside when he heard Haruno Saka, would you please come to room 2 he cursed his luck and made a mention of the brain earplugs for class as he had heard stories while listening to his father at dinner table talking about some pink-haired Haruno Banshee on the civilian council preaching how strong her daughter would be after graduating from the academy. He turned to look behind him and saw a pink-haired girl who he guessed to be Sakura, and from the look she was giving the other kids around her, he could tell that she was going to be loud and arrogant. Just great. And here I thought a class with my siblings was already bad, as it did with the Banshee's daughter. Arriving to the classroom, Naruto could see many of the civilians called earlier had taken up the most of the seats by the door. Passing by them, he looked for the seat by the window, to see that the back top row was empty by the window. He quickly made his way up to the seat and sat down, watching his other clanmates and claners make their way to the room. He turned to look out the window, not caring to see who sat with who, as he didn't care. Suddenly, he heard a loud screeching noise resounding from the hallway. Tilting his head to look at the door, he watched the pink banshee and elbowing each other in the face, trying to make it into the door. Out of the way, forehead, yelled, "No, you pig! I'm going to sit by all the cute guys, Sakura!" Screeched, making the poor civilian kids hold their ears close in fear of going deaf. "Shut up, you two, Sarah!" yelled from the behind. "Gosh, and I thought you were the pathetic one," Sasuke she teased. "Oh, shut up, Sarah. We both know who's going to be better, Shinobi, between us two of us," Sasuke shot back. Yeah, I know it's going to be me. Don't think it to be a kiss ass," as though she replied. The two kept bickering as they waited for the two shouting girls in front of them to move. Now, no need for everyone to be arguing. We all will be great Shinobi, especially you three beauties, you just said while walking up with Asami and Namiko. The two screaming girls quickly stood up to much to the delight of everyone in the classroom and blushed, while Sarah had a sweet smile on her face and watched you return her smile before screaming in pain as she kicked them in between her legs. Naruto watching cringe at first before laughing. "Dang, Sarah. With that aim, you could be graduating within a year," he shouted with Sarah turned her head and gave a proud smile. "I wonder if you'd have the same skills with a kunai. Probably not," he continued to wave his hand in front of his face. Naruto leaned up on the table as a pan went flying through his head. "Where do women get all these pans from?" "We're nowhere near a kitchen," Naruto shouted. All the boys in the class replied. "I don't know, man, but it's scary." Finally, everyone entered the room, and the two remaining seats beside Naruto were filled by two girls. The one beside him, as you says, Nakamura Ina. She had long purple hair flowing down to the small of her back and amber colored eyes and a slender build. She wore a loose fitting white t shirt under a sleeveless tan jacket, red laces on each of her wrists, and a chain necklace with a black rose piece attached to it. Continuing her outfit, she wears a black skirt that cuts off just above her knees and bindings that wrap around her ankles up to her knees and black shinobi sandals. Next to her was Hyuga Fumika. Naruto thought she would be like the others stuck up in the clan, but she found out she's not so intelligent. And from the blanche frame of the hookah, she also has a slender build, short brown hair tied into two ponytails that hang just below her neck, and the Hyuga trademark lavender eyes. But what put Naruto off was, why does she have a seal placed on her forehead? She wore a loose-fitting white blouse with a mesh undershirt over her blouse. She had blue long sleeve jacket, wearing blue sweats with two black stripes going down to both the sides, and brown sandals. So, what is both your goals for the future? Naruto asked. I'm planning on becoming the first Komanich to become Hokage, Ina said with her voice full of determination. Naruto nodded and looked back over to Fumiko. Well, in that case, I guess we will be rivals then. Sorry about my voice. It's just that it's 2 in the morning, so I'm gonna sound a little bit rough. I started off happy, but I'm sounding a bit rough. Anyway, let's get back to the video. Because we will be rivals then. Because I'm planning on bringing Bride to the Branch family and ending our suffering under the main family by becoming the first Hyuga Hokage. Fumiko said, and both girls smirked at each other, acknowledging each other as rivals. How about you, Naruto? Ina asked, breaking away from her, and Fumiko stared down. Well, I plan on becoming a strong shinobi and protecting those close to me. I guess I could help both of you with your goals, he answered, only making both the girls smile at his declaration. Good, because I was about to flip if you said you wanted to become a Hokage. Fuz said tendency. Weakening like him, Okage, don't make me laugh. Sarah said from a seat in front of he couldn't even punch a steel target. What makes you think Naruto could become Hokage? Sakura continued, young, coming from you, Sakura, I'm honored that an Uchiha will compare my skills to those in your clan without the Sharingan. It's honored to be equal, Naruto said, giving a mock bow before sitting back down and looking out the window once again, leaving that speechless Sakura and laughing Ino and Fumiko beside him. After after 10 minutes of class, small talks and an occasional glare from Sakura and Sasuke, who overheard the remark about the Uchiha clan from the front row, Iruka made his way up to the podium and started to speak. Welcome everyone to the academy. I am your sensei for the next 4 years. You may know Iruka, but you can call me Iruka Sensei. Now then, would you please follow me outside so that I may gauge your skills that you have learned before the academy with your families or from studying alone? He said. All the students stood up from the desk and followed him outside. Once outside, Iruka led his students to a small training ground used for teaching taijutsu and physical activities. He directed everyone to stand on the sidelines while he carried up students to face them in the spar. If the students didn't know any basic moves, he would send them back and call upon another. Let's see, Namikaze Asami, would you please step forward? Iruka said. Asami did as Iruka instructed and stood before Iruka. Okay, now, would you mind telling me what you know of taijutsu and if you know any of the basic stance yet? Yes, I've been taught the basic of the Namikaze stab by my father. Great. Well, then we have a little spot so I can gauge your strength, he said. He raised his hand, signaling he was ready to spar. Asami did the same and rushed at him. Asami aimed a punch to Ruka's jaw, which he easily slapped up. She followed up her punch with another hit to his stomach that was also slipped away. Frustrated, she went to sweep his leg, but was surprised to see that the man reached down, grabbed the legs, and tossed her out of the ring. Good shot, Asami. You have potential in your family, Satoru. I recommend you to work on your speed and reaction speed. Strength, also, but you can build that up easily. Now, next, Namikaze Yuji. Iruka shouted. Asami went back to her spot behind Sakura and Namiko. Yuji made his way into the ring and held up the sign that he was ready to spar. Iruka did the same and waited for you to charge. Yuji charged at Iruka the same way he did and was slapped away the same way. But Yuji, instead of attacking again, decided to jump up and plan out his next move. He started Iruka before charging once more. Iruka readied himself once more, but was taken by surprise when Yuji took out a kunai and threw it at Iruka's feet. The brunette was caught off guard by the kunai that he didn't notice that the flying blonde boy coming towards him with his foot scratched out in front. The kick connected and Iruka fell out of the ring. Yes, I did it. Beat that, Namiko, Yuji shouted and walked back in the line. While Iruka picked himself up, Naruto watched Namiko walk over to the ring to begin her spar with Sensei. Then he looked up to see Celeste flying over with his bow staff in her talons. During the match, Naruto had summoned Celeste to go to his room to retrieve his bow staff, as he wanted to show off a little and not to be seen as a weakling. He nodded Celeste and she dropped his bow staff which he caught easily, and she flew off towards one of the surrounding trees to watch the match as well. Namiko stood right in front of Uruka and held up his signaling sign. He did the same way for her to take Ruka Sensei. So be prepared to lose because unlike my systems, I can easily land a hit on you at the start. She announced for both. Something you just scoffed at. Very well then, let's see you try. Iruka replied and read himself. Namiko sprang forward and went from a palm strike to his enemy. Iruka saw it coming and was a block, but was surprised when the palm strike turned out to be a feint and then felt a fist connect to the side of his face, sending him skidding to the lines of the students and waiting for their turn to spark. Phew, Bacha, and I'm glad Bacha taught me her secret to her screen, because I could have never landed a punch like that if I didn't know it. I would probably be the one out of the ring. Namiko teased by the boy since they rubbed his cheek with the punch head connected. Namiko walked to the back line and looked at Naruto, who was ready to show off some of his skill. Some saw his willingness in village the need to glow. Naruto need, maybe you should give up now. Tosan and Kasan said that they would train you after you have finished academy. You wouldn't last a minute in the ring without training. She teased. Oh, just wait and see us. I mean, I prove you and hero. I'm not some weakling. By calmly made his way towards the ring. Everyone was surprised to see his staff strapped on his Naruto's back as he hadn't arrived to one class. His siblings even more as they never seen nor knew of Naruto ever wielding or trained in Bojutsu. Naruto walked into the ring and grabbed his staff from his back. He held it to his side with it going under his arm. He said he waited for Aruka to ready himself. What his sensei did, he rushed at getting speed towards the man. Everyone was surprised at the sudden burst of speed Naruto showed and was even more surprised Naruto went to smack Ruka with his stab. Ruka saw the strike coming and decided to block it by holding his arms in the egg shape over his head to soften the blow, but it was taken back by Naruto, and Naruto redirected his staff in Ruka's legs and behind his right foot. Naruto wasted no time in using his stab, trapped Ruka by using his own weight against him, causing the man to fall, and spinning his staff in his hand brought it down inches from Ruka's face. Ruka looked up in astonishment at the scale of his Bojutsu coming from an 8-year-old that he didn't notice the bell ringing in the background, signaling that class was over. Naruto slammed his stab by his foot and was held out of hand to help Haruka up. That's by Haruka Sensei, he said, what's about. Indeed, it was Naruto, but you mind telling me who touched Bojutsu? Haruka asked, and Naruto shook his head. I'm sorry, Sensei, but a deception is a Shinobi's greatest tool. Turning to leave, Naruto noticed all the students were looking at him all. Charles and redhead Shikamaru stated and walked out towards his parents. Dope, you will show me how to do that now that Sasuke demanded. Yeah, sure I will. When fire can talk and warm rocks can fly. Naruto replied, which made the Uchiha boy turn head and walk away. So you have some skill. Doesn't mean that you're anywhere near the level of the Uchiha, Sasuke. Naruto picked the teeth before he sprung. Huh? Did you say something? He asked the Uchiha girl when red in the face and anger before his stomach out. That was amazing, Naruto. Cool. And Fumiko shouted as they ran up to him, congratulating him on his win. Haha, it was no sweat. I've been wanting to show some of my skill for the longest time now. He replied and smiled at the two girls he could confidently say are his friends. Finally, he looked over to his siblings who had their mouths hanging out open. He was excited. He was expecting for them to say something, but it never came. Even when Kushida came to pick them up, they didn't say anything. Well, guys, I'm going to stop the video right there. I know each one of my videos be long except for one of them, but they can continue to be long like this. And like and subscribe, comment, share, post, all that. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.